I'm Chris Smith. I'm going to show you how to ride drop-offs. So for the drop-off, we'll be approaching at a controllable speed. You want pedals level, looking ahead at the edge of the actual takeoff where you're going. You want weight nice and central. As you approach a drop, just slightly moving your weight backwards, ready to lift that front wheel up. So as we approach a drop, we want to be focusing on the edge of the the lip. Coming into there, we're getting our weight backwards and preloading the suspension at the same time, so you're squashing the bike into the ground. And as the front wheel approaches the edge of the drop, you want to be raising the handlebars, getting your weight backwards and trying to match the bike to the angle of the landing, so we're landing two wheels together. That's a pro tip for the drop-off technique. Marking a line on the takeoff of the drop. It's a good way of remembering where you're going. Also, some drops can be quite blind as you approach, so that's just a good way of marking your line and keeping on track. Yeah, the smoothest way to land from the drop is two wheels exactly together as you land. You do this by getting your weight central and adjusting the bike by leaning forward, obviously to bring the front wheel down, or you move your weight backwards to bring the front wheel up. It's just about keeping that bike, tilting it in the air and matching the angle of the landing. A few bike setup techniques to the drop off. Add a bit more air to your tyres, stops the tyre sort of squirming around and deforming on landing on some of the bigger hits. If you're clipped in, I'd stick a set of flats on, just makes things easier. If it gets out of shape, you can jump off the bike quicker. Another thing is just to slam that seat down a little bit more, just gives you a bit more room between your legs to move around on the bike. Another thing is maybe stick a full face helmet on if you're not feeling that comfortable. Full fingered gloves, maybe knee pads, elbow pads, just make yourself that bit more safer. As we come into the landing, we want to be absorbing the shock. Obviously the bike suspension is going to be taking a little bit of the shock, but the biggest help is using your arms, sort of elbows, to absorb the shock, and your knees at the same time. Really compress into the bike and take away that initial impact. You want to be focusing on your line out, just scanning again for stuff that's going to catch you out, trees, rocks, things like that. Obviously you land nice and smooth off of the brakes, and then control your braking if you need to on the way out, just to keep it all under control and ride away.